Oh, hello. Can you hear? I wasn't even talking. It's going to be like 5 minutes silence at the beginning. Thank you, Glenna. Are you okay? Feels like ages since I've done a live on here. When is the last time I did a live? Happy New Year, Tommy. How is everybody? Oh, we're good, thank you. I hope you're well too. Calm down. Sorry, the kittens are fighting. Oh, guys, give me 1 second. I'm coming straight back. I just my mum's TV's gone off. Let me just get it back on for 1 sec. Has the TV gone off? Yeah. So I literally just started my call, but I'm sure I'm gonna wait. Huh? No, I've just started my call, but obviously I've just come to call the midwife. I've just come to put the TV on for you. Yeah, Mum, it's well early. I'll do it before I go to bed. I promise, right? I'll change it. Right, I love you. Sorry, I'm back. Evening, Justine. I hope you're well. Sorry, the TV went off, so I had to put it back on for Mum. Otherwise, Mum, I'm on the call. I've got some wonderful news to tell you. I won't be promoted to First Division 10. Oh, why is that wonderful news? How are you, Justine? I probably should have advertised it, but not. Anybody got any questions about prison or anything? Hi, Trey. Yeah, look, it's growing. Look at this bit. So literally, all I'm trying to do, obviously it's a mess. So I just want to get that bit there longer, and then I'll shave all of this. So I just want to make it. I want to do away with this bit. It looks like I'm bald, but it's not. It's just where the hair dye's not on it. So yeah, it's growing long. I don't actually. Do you know what? Right, that's a line. I'm not bald. It's where I had the line put in. What was I gonna say? If I wasn't trying to grow it, it'd be down here by now. It seems like it's just not growing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Justine. Yeah, drop us an email. Do you want to see Romeo and Bella? Come here, darling. Meet Romeo. He's got human blue eyes. He'll make you smile, Justine. Just show your pretty eyes quick. See? They don't actually look blue there, but... Bye. Hi, Miller. Yeah, because I thought it was I thought with Trey it's the winter time, so I just wear a hat all the time, and it would just grow, but it's not growing very fast at all. He is cute. Anybody going out this evening? Anybody got questions about prison? I like a bit better, couldn't it? Oh, you will be promoted. Oh, well done. That's brilliant news, Tommy. Hi, Nikki. How you doing? Hey, Jenny. You're right. Well, I'm an ex-prisoner, Miller. So I've been in Bronzefield and Send. Believe it or not, I am a female, and I talk about prison and stuff on here, or we just have a chit chat and see how everyone's doing. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Nikki. Good. Just chilling. What's everybody up to? I feel like I ain't done a live for ages. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're never Trey. Yeah, I haven't worn that for a little while, actually. Yeah, we can do whatever pictures you want. Whatever pictures you want on there, you can just tell us. And even if you want us to send you a choice of pictures, we can send them over to you, and then you can pick whatever you want. And yeah, January's the worst because it's Christmas, isn't it? And it's just such a long month. Mum is good, thank you, Justine. Yeah. Hi, Humble Crumble. I hope you're well. I'm good, thank you. Anyone got any questions about female prisons? I mean, I might be able to answer some about the male, but obviously I haven't been in one. I've got friends in prison. Everyone's a bit quiet tonight. I just sat here staring at a screen. Anyone got any questions for me? What's the table with it? There is no table tennis in prison. Well, not in the prisons that I went in. Only the pool table that you got on the wing, and that was about it. Where's Bella? We got Bella as well. There's 78 people in here. I'm sure one of you must have a question. Are you in the future going into HMP to give talks? I'd like to. That would be one of the to-do lists. That would be good. And schools. But as it stands at the minute, yeah, there's nothing set in stone. But that's definitely something that I would like to do in the future, Jenny. Yeah. What was it on the 23 hours? What was it on 23 hours to spend in the pad? What do you mean, what was it like? If you can't sit with yourself alone, like, so when I first went into prison, and if you was like, if say we couldn't come out for the day, they were short-staffed or whatever, it was horrible because you just sat there with your own thoughts. TV does your head in, it's the same shit every day. You get 5 channels. Well, before lockdown, you just got 5 channels. Yeah, and it's not good at all. But if you're all right and you're comfortable with living with yourself, what would shock people about prison? That not everybody's, I don't know, shocked. Maybe like not that everybody is scum. Like, because we've all broken the law, it doesn't mean that you'll actually meet some of the nicest people you could ever meet from prison. And then probably the amount of like officers that actually go with prisoners. That is crazy. But then I guess that's all over social media at the minute, so it wouldn't really shock people. What's the webinar you do? Like a Zoom call? Yeah, Trey, it's just a Zoom call. So you would just email over and then Glenna would send you the link and you can join it. And every webinar is a different kind of topic. So like I'm holding the next webinar, which is on the 23rd of January. And I'm talking about addiction and stuff. How can we get a campaign going for help prisoners leaving prison to reduce their... We're in the process, Patricia, of looking into something like that. So me and Glenna do have plans, and we're not the only ones. There are other women out there that have been in prison that are trying to do the same thing, but it's really hard. It's not that clean cut. Did I go with a guard? No, I had one prison officer. She was emailing me off her friend's, oh, sorry, I just pressed something, off her friend's email, a prisoner account, telling me that, you know, she really liked me. She told me that she really liked me before. She used to get me out of my cell at like 12 o'clock at night to come down the landing and talk to me. Because when we lived on the privilege wings, you couldn't lock us in. Did it feel like heart really when you first stepped in? I'm not quite sure what you mean, Tommy, but when I first went into prison, I shit myself. I don't care. I don't care how big and bad you are. I think everybody is scared when you're just stepping into the unknown. You think it's like the movies, you think they've all got shanks, you think you're gonna get your head kicked in or whatever. And yeah, I shit myself. I didn't want to come out of my cell the first day, but I did, because you ain't got a choice. If you start carrying away, people think you're vulnerable. And then, like, oh, did it feel like a harsh reality? Yeah, it really does hit you like, fuck, like, I'm not going to see the outside world for so long. It does really, like, sorry, one second, my kit's trying to get out the window. But yeah, it literally does, it really shakes you up. But then you suddenly get into the, come on then, you suddenly get into the normality, and it becomes your world. Monkey, come on then. It becomes your world, and then you kind of forget about the outside world. It's really weird to explain. Come on then. Things. Are you coming in or not? Sorry, my kitten's trying to get in the window, but the little ones want to get out. Come on. Working. Right, I'm back. You have my attention. I do apologise. It's viral and would help so many people, and even the government in their funding of prisons, throwing prisoners onto the streets just causes more crime. No, exactly, because they just literally go back out and you recommit a crime just to get in the warm and get fed and stuff like that. It's just a vicious circle. If I went in, I'd be Big Brother's little snack for sure. Men's, I think, is a lot scarier than women's. I really do. Did you meet anyone who was indecent in there? What do you mean when you say indecent though? Like, do you mean like, as in we're talking about crimes or officers? How's a pet hedgehog? I don't know, I let him go into my garden. Mum wouldn't wake up, I think she had enough of me and pets. So yeah, I just put him in the garden. I never saw him again. Oh, do you have any, sorry. I'm a bit thingy when it comes to reading. Oh, innocent, I think it's innocent. I reckon there was 1 or 2 people that really were innocent in there. I don't think there was a huge percentage of it at all, but I do think that there definitely are people that are innocent in there. What do I think about knife crime? I think it's awful, and it's just disgusting how kids are unaliving kids. It's messed up, and I don't even know how they're even going to control that. Do the Sims really hold the big? No. I even asked the guy that's on death row in America if they'd done that, Doctor Who, and he said no. But I think in some prisons they do, but that's in America. You've been watching what's that film? What's that series? Are you any close? No, Patricia. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I've got my, like I said, I've got my my diary. I've got my diary written up. Yeah, Prison Break. Yeah, I know. I knew you had to have watched that. I knew I was so right. My diary from the day we went into lockdown until the day I left prison, I've got a diary of every single day of how I felt, and that is some emotional roller coaster. But it's all pre-written, but I just need to figure out how I go about getting it published. I did like Prison Break. I watched that in prison, ironically. I thought that was quite good. It was obviously a bit extreme, like as if any of that would ever happen. Okay, Trey, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for popping in. Give your book to a writer and they'll write the book for you and proofread it. Yeah, I know. Somebody was telling me to do it on Amazon. someone told me to do it on Amazon, and I do actually know someone who publishes books, but I don't know. I just want to know the best way to do it. That would be a big chunk of a book that folks would want to read. I know, and I think because it's already done, if I think I just put it out there and it did well, like it really pushed me to finish the book I started about my life in prison. But sometimes I also think like everything happens for a reason. Well, to be fair, I think it'd take years to write a book, especially my bloody life. I have to have like part 1, part 2 and part 3. Hi, Lee. Given the diary and that, yeah, a new fact, fix it. Yeah, no, I will do Doctor Who. That's actually a really good idea. And that's a mad thing is I've been out of prison 4 months next month, and literally like that's been ready made from the day I got out. No need to write yourself. Yeah, I kind of got that. And yeah, and I think, and I am a bit silly because it would have been probably really good to have done it. Yeah, I know. Patricia's always on about me about my book. And I should have done it. Like I said, it's ready-made. Like, because it was quite a big thing because I was working outside the prison. I was doing my roles. I was working in a hotel. So I was working Monday to Friday. So when you left the prison to go to work, you was allowed your phone. Hi, Helen. I hope you're well. And then you was allowed your phone until you got to the prison gate to come back in the prison. And then I was going out for 1 day every other week. And then I was staying at home every 28 days for 3 nights. I need a babysitter, Doctor Who. I need a manager. I need a babysitter. And then I need another, like, Hitler to kick my ass. You have a good vibe and you talk good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm doing well, thank you. I hope you're well too. But yeah, so then we had it all taken away from us. We just went into lockdown and it was mad. So it was a big emotional roller coaster for all of us. What's everybody doing anyway? Anyone going out tonight? Oh, welcome in, and Mr. Dragoon. So basically, I am an ex-female prisoner. I got done for conspiracy to supply Class A drugs. I was involved in the drug world from a very young age, and I got caught. I've done the time, which I totally deserved. Served 3 years, 8 months in prison. And I'm just on here preparing women that face in prison, letting them know what they need to know. I'm also on here to I'd never say the word, to basically show that not all prisoners are scum. 6:30 a.m. in Australia. What time are we on? 7:30. That's a lot of time difference. Whereabouts in Australia are you? Yeah, that's the word I can never say properly. No, I wasn't. No, it just started off a few of us, like, just smoking, like, like ash and that, and then it just went on to obviously harder drugs, and then, but I was the one that was quite mature for my age, so I knew older people, so I could get it, and then I learned that by getting it for my mates, I got mine free. And then I learned that more people asked me for it, so I then ended up like making money out of it, and I was just addicted. I'm a recovering addict, and I was addicted to that lifestyle as well. Yeah, 100% I am now, and that's why I'm on here, is to show people can change. You know, I didn't know what I was going to do with myself when I come out, and within like 16 months, I was a branch manager. I worked my way up into a company and done really well for myself. Not sure how I've ended up watching this, but currently in a cave house in Spain watching. Oh, wow. I'd like to be in a house in Spain. I don't know what about cave house. Thank you. It means a lot. And some people, so on here I've interviewed an ex-prison officer. I've interviewed a lot of other ex-prisoners, and some of them have been in and out the gates. What, Glenda, was it like 27 times before she actually turned her whole life around? So, you know, sometimes it takes people a lot longer. Luckily, I went. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. I mean, it was obviously bad that I broke my family's heart, but at the same time, it got me out of that world. I don't know about that one, Anastasia. My uncle was an alcoholic and was facing time in prison. He passed away due to alcohol before he went in. I'm really sorry to hear that. And unfortunately, that's the problem with addiction, is some people just can't get out, and it's not that easy. Fran has met our future queen because she did so well. Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, I did. I met Kate Middleton in prison. I got to sit with her for 20 minutes, which was pretty insane. You should be so thankful you were given a second chance. I am thankful, but I'm also proud of myself because, like, yeah, you got to keep fighting and you got to stay strong. You got to be prepared for rejection. Like, my dad had no faith in me when I come out. Jobs rejected me, people rejected me, but I just carried on doing it. And then, like you say, someone gave me a second chance and I done really well. And that's all it takes. Everyone deserves a second chance. Everybody. We all make mistakes. We all fuck up, whether we end up in prison or not. I'm in Reading. It's near, I mean, the best thing to probably say to you is probably like near London. It goes quiet and I'm just sat here staring at the screen. What's the difference between a woman's prison and a man's prison? Are you in London, really? So you must know, you must have heard of Reading then. So obviously I've never been in a male prison, so obviously the sex is a big thing, except for there are a lot of men, transgender men in prison. And I think there's a lot more violence in men's prisons. I think they get a lot more bang up. I don't think there's enough for mental health. I mean, there's not enough mental health workers anyway, but I think they get a lot less stuff than what the female prisons do. Because I have two friends that are currently in prison now, male prison. I don't know who that is, Patricia. 1992. Cool. I was probably just trying my first bit of smoke then. No, so in a female prison, you have transgenders in there. So they have the male body parts but want to be women. What do you think about the whole transgender people getting into the female prisons? I mean, I've had this discussion before. I don't agree with it. I had one friend and everyone loved her in the prison. She's the only one that never hit on a female. She's the only one that you'd feel comfortable with, that you could have a laugh with. And she actually had the sex change in prison. Now that I think is amazing and I'm all for it. I have nothing against transgenders. I just don't think that should be allowed on the same house block as the women. There should be just a wing like they do in Downview, until they've had the sex change, because there's so many of them that came in and ended up sleeping with women. So they're supposed to take medication to stop themselves getting aroused and being able to have pleasure themselves, but it's so easy to hide your meds in your mouth and not take it, and they would end up sleeping with women. And I think it's disgusting, because when you go into prison, you learn about mental health, you learn about addiction, and a lot of women have been SA'd by people. So you've got vulnerable women that have domestic violence and everything like that, and then you have somebody that could potentially be pretending to be who they want to be. Oh, hang on, that makes sense. So they're pretending they want to be a woman just to get in the women's jail to sleep with the women. I think it's mad. I don't understand why they allow it. But again, it's not because they're transgender. It's because of the vulnerability of the women and the fact that they sleep with women. I just think it's mad. Remember that guy who said he was a female and got a female inmate pregnant? No, I don't remember that, but I do. Sorry, go on then quick, because your brother and sister want to get out. Quick, monkey. Sorry, my cat's just more indecisive than me. But yeah, I don't remember that one. Where are we? Men's prison 100 times worse than women. Watched Unlocked on Netflix. It's scary. Yeah, that's what I mean. They don't mess about. Like, I know in other female prisons they make weapons and stuff like that. I just never experienced it myself. Where have you been? So yeah, in that. Oh god, then. Sorry. My cat has been missing since 4 o'clock this morning. He's just come in, the dirty stop out. I've been around the streets calling him. Yeah, and women's, they're just like, they're bitchy. Like, they just have a gobbing off match, but men just do not mess around. Oh, right, okay. Can't really say. So I don't know how to feel about that. Oh, I've got a lilac British. Oh, what's her name? Someone's right, gossips in the women. Honestly, though, female are bad. And you can imagine, you've got like to a landing, there's 20 rooms. And when the prison's full, you got like, you know how women sink that time of month? It's actually a thing. Honestly, and they're so bitchy and two-faced and backstabbing. Flocky, have I pronounced it right? Flocky. Oh, bless. I got Spag Bowl Monkey, and then it was temporary. What have I named him? Romeo and Bella, but I think they're staying now. I've turned into the crazy cat lady. Like, falls a lot. I find it a bit weird, but they're kind of stuck. They're kind of stuck now. Fran, do they keep children unalive from a separate? No, yeah, I've got a full family. I ain't got time for a wife. No, everybody is integrated with everybody, so nobody. My next door neighbour was the one that unalived the 6 children in a fire. So, hang on. Sorry. He's probably not eating for hours. Yeah, and then like next door but one, there was a woman that made her eat their 2 kids ate dinner off the floor on their hands and knees. Downstairs was a woman that made videos of, you know what I'm saying, and was selling them and stuff. Honestly, it was full of them. I didn't even know there was so many. I know we're not talking about them. We're talking about unalivers. Sorry. But no, still no. There was quite a few of them in there as well that I crossed paths with. Yeah, it's weird. You wake up in the morning and you don't know who's next to you. A terrorist, a murderer, a drug dealer, a pedo, a pedo. Fuck it, I'm just going to say it anyway. Do you all give prison justice to them people? So, anyone that's unalived or done stuff to kids, they all hang out together. No one else talks to them. They just form these little circles. But no one really does nothing. There was one girl that kicked the shit out of one bird for unaliving her kid, but she said it was the partner. But it's not really. But if you was in the men's prison, they got to go on a protected wing because their men really fuck them up. They get the prison justice. But females are a bit different. They just more give them abuse. Saw today on the YouTube that there is a woman in USA fighting for supposed to get death penalty. I think I might have seen something about that before, Justine. I think that's mad, the whole death penalty. Because look at Nick Yaris that come on my channel. Like he got found not guilty, served 23 years and he was on death row, and they finally done a DNA and it proved that it wasn't him. The American police just framed him. And he could have got put to death for a crime he didn't even commit. it's crazy. And if you're interested, guys, there's a video on my YouTube channel that you can watch. Maria Philpott. No, not Maria. What's that? I can't pronounce it. Did she say how she felt about what happened? No, she didn't. Do you know what? She's the only one that didn't walk around like her shit stack. So like you got like all the ends hanging around with all the people that did the same shit or unalive kids, and they'd all walk around with the biggest, baddest attitude. I don't know who that is. But no, she didn't. She changed her name to Lulu in prison. But yeah, she was the only one that kept herself to herself. Like, she had a couple of friends, but she was smart in the aspect that she didn't make friends with people, if that makes sense. She kept her circle very small. I don't think people would have really wanted to, but she never ever spoke about her crime. Not that I knew of, not to me or anybody else. Oh my God. Where's Glenna? Are you not in here? I did it myself. Joshua, peace out. Touchy subject. What do you think about the R gangs? Like the girls getting groomed and it's ridiculous in my opinion. Do you know what? This is the problem. They don't get enough of a sentence. Like, it's sick, it's disgusting. I sat with women in deep therapy, and when you hear, oh, it's because someone was writing a load of crap, so I just thought you disappeared. So they, what was I saying? Oh, it wasn't Doctor Who that asked the question. It was, yeah, so they don't get a long enough sentence because you don't realise the damage that is done to the girls. Like, when something like that happens to them, that's why they end up on drugs and they end up on heroin and end up on crack, because they can never live a normal life again. And that's their whole life gone. Their whole life ruined. I think that all of that deserves death row, in my opinion. That's all right. It don't matter. I just blocked him myself. It wasn't that deep at all. It wasn't even, it was just, yeah. He wanted me to say the word fart, guys. So I said it for you, even though I blocked you. I'll have to have a look at that, Justine. What did you say his name was again? Let me have a look. I'm going to screenshot that so I don't forget it. How come 18, 21-year-old men can be in a YO, but 18-year-old women can go to an adult prison? I don't know. I actually don't know. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, it is 18 for women. They go into the adult prison. But they get looked after, like, because women are different because they have, like, motherly instincts. So, like, all the young ones go in and they literally get, like, so you have people that they call auntie, mumsy, and then you got the studs they call dad. It's mad. It just becomes like a little family. But obviously, maybe in the men's prison, maybe it's just a bit different because it might be more of a target for bullying and stuff like that because they're still quite young. But in the female, it's a little bit different. And Justine as well, yeah, make sure you drop us a message if you need us. I'm probably going to stay on for about another 10 minutes, guys, and then I'm going to come off. Unless you all stay quiet, then. You ain't going back out. I'm telling you now. Sorry. 4 a.m. he won't be able to come out. He's just come home now. And he thinks he's going back out. Okay, perfect. Glenna will pick that up, and then if anything, we can put her into a WhatsApp, Glenna, if need be. A WhatsApp group. Anybody got any more questions? Otherwise, I will just scoot off now. It's that time as well. They're all in season. Well, he's been done, but my monkey hasn't, and she's been acting a right SLA. I'll try to ask you a few more questions, but I'm thinking what to ask. That's all right. Just talk to me. Tell me what you're doing tonight if you want me to stay on. What do you think of prisoners making TikTok videos inside? Do you know what? The only reason I think it's wrong is because I feel like they're glamorizing prison. Now, I feel like I try to come on here because even though I say, like, I had some of the best memories, I try my best not to glamorize it. Now, when these kids are out on the street going, yeah, I don't care if I go to prison, I don't care if I do this, look at them, they've all got phones, they got loads of food, they think that it's big and bad to go to prison, so I don't think it's good, like, but if I was in prison before I come out and realise I wanted to do all of this stuff, I think I probably would have sat and made TikToks if we had it. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But now being in the position I'm in, I think it's really bad because it just makes prison look fun. Why prisons encourage family ties? That's good, so they should. Wait, prisons don't allow phones. Every fucker, you probably got someone with a phone in one cell. 4 down, they've got a phone. Everyone's got a phone. So many people. Yeah, either they get them in on visits, people smuggle them in, or they get them thrown over the wall. Drones drop them in. Prison officers bring them in. It's mad. Hi, Fiona. I'm good, thank you, darling. I hope you're well. Yeah, I know what you meant. It is corrupt. Honestly, the prison officers are more corrupt than the prisoners. I had clothes stolen from me, and I said that I want the police in. I want to press charges. Like, if I'd done this, you'd be giving me an extra charge. They're like, no, we can't do that. I was like, mate, they stole my hand in what my ex-partner brought in for me. And they all sleep with each other. All the officers sleep with each other. And if they sleep with each other, they sleep with prisoners. What's the age? I know the word, but I can't say it out loud. Of this channel. I'm 16 and I'm afraid to be considered as too young on here. It's not, hang on, let me have a look. I can't remember if it's 16 or 18. Bear with me 1 second. I am single now, yes. Yeah, you are late. Oh, is it 18, is it, Glenna? I don't know. It just says it's not made for kids, so I think it's supposed to be 18. But obviously, Glenna, you know more than me. Does any essay happen in there? Like any male guys should think funny. So it did. No, it does. Yes, it does still happen. Yeah. Well, I know that it's not as bad as it used to be. So basically, the night staff, so there'd be cameras. There was no cameras, sorry, in the wings, and the night staff used to have keys. Now, because women were being essayed during the night, they changed that. So they put cameras up in the wings. So obviously, if there's a report, it will show that an officer went into that room and shut the door. And then also, there's only 2 members of staff. They call them puppers. And they're the only 2 that have their key in the whole prison. So if someone tries to unalive themselves one side of the prison, but they're dealing with somebody doing something the other side, they have to wait until they get across because there was too many reports of essays. Where are we? Yeah, sure, why not? Even though you're like Mister. Do we have a... Oh my God, I keep touching the wrong buttons. Do you have a business email? Email is in the link in my bio on YouTube. The Y's have special visitors who give talks and hold special events to keep the Y engages. It works some of the time. I think that's really good, Beverly. I think it's such a good thing. It really, really should be. Because that, I think that if you're going to stop it, it needs to be there. It needs to be nipped in the bud. And I think that at a young age, they need some sort of hope. Not just like us, just chuck down, you're homeless, see you later, don't care about you, or see you in a month's time. One has to wonder why some POs become POs if they're sleeping with all the... I know, it makes no sense. It's like they might have a sort of fetish and they come in to do that because it's so messed up. Like, I know an officer that liked me and she left because of it. She knew it was wrong. She was really respected officer and she actually left because of it. Well, that's what she told me anyway. Email's just been popped up by GDB Sounds. How long did I serve? I served 3 years, 8 months in prison. I went down for conspiracy to supply Class A drugs. I got caught with 7 kilo of Class A. Actually, ironically, I found this the other day. Actually on here. I don't even know if you can see that at the bottom. Oh, is that backwards to you guys? I don't know, but yeah, the 7 years, 4 months. I got, obviously, I've done half of that. Hello, handsome boy. It was 2 key of coke. It was 2 key of cocaine, 5 key of MDMA. Hey, Sammy. Hope you're well. And then I got a confiscation order. It's not a toy, buddy. I'll try and do it. So, and that's my confiscation order. So if I ever come into money, I got to pay back 100. Oh, I better be careful. I ain't got my address on now. So, yeah, £117,395. I ain't getting shit. I'm good, thank you. I had a habit when I was younger. I started when I was about 13. It started on the like weed and hash and that. As I explained earlier, I was the mature one, believe it or not. That's probably why I'm so mature now. And I hung around with older people. They sold it. I got it from there. Mates started asking me to get it. Learned that I could get my drugs free. Had trauma in my life. Formed a really bad habit. Got on the really hard shit. Was selling it. Got off it. But then was still addicted to the drug world. It was all I knew. So I stayed in it. Got caught. I got caught a couple of times, but I never got a prison sentence. And then I got done, and it was the best thing that happened to me. Would you be able to take the hat off for a second, please? I'm trying to grow my hair out, so there you go. On a picture. It's a mess. Oh, I was just showing him, Glenna. I'm trying to grow this bit out of my hair, so it's like I'm living in hats at the minute. So did I. Started heroin at 15 from having out with older people. Wow, that's young. I think I was about 18 when I got to that level. Not that it's much older anyway. I'll take it that you're clean now. It's mad, isn't it? You grow up, you hang around with older people, but everyone says to me, like, was you forced into doing it? But no. Yeah, do you know what, Anthony? This is the happiest I've actually been the last sort of 8 months in my whole entire life. Oh, you're not? Are you winding me up? Do you know what, though? A lot of people I know, it took... So 2 of my, like, friends, that they're girls, that got on it at the same time as me, obviously we're in the same circle, they didn't get off it until about 10 to 15 years later. But, like, there is hope anyway. I lost my friend, she committed suicide. That's what, due to drugs and addiction. You can do anything you want to do anyway. Do you know what? The only person that can change is you. There's always hope, Sammy, 100%. Like, I don't know where I had my strength from. I don't know how I got off. And I never, ever, ever went back. That's the mad thing. Like, never. It's like when I'm done with something, I'm done. But sometimes people just aren't ready in life. And you just got to hope and pray that their life doesn't get taken as a cost before they can manage to find like a way, like the strength to get off it. But the only person that can change is you. You're the only one that can do it. And anyone that's like watching that have friends in addiction, like all you can do is just be there for them. Like the more you hound them, the less they're going to do it. Like I know I just got up one day and I'm like, I'm going to end up dead or in jail. Ironically, I ended up in jail anyway, but I was just like, fuck this, I've got to get out. And I did. Bella just comes skidding across the side. You want to come and say hello, fluffy head? Come say hello. This is Monkey's sister. You're tired now. She's got a little fluffy head. There she is. Romeo's as cute as well. Wanna go to sleep now? Wanna go to sleep with your brother? Not literally either, guys. Okay. Yeah, go to sleep with Romeo. Ugh. No, you don't want to? Do you know what? For me, Patricia, the only help I needed was the doctor. And obviously going like, back then it was like a 4-way contract. So without that, obviously it never would have happened. But I never went to AA, I never done any of these support groups. I never done anything like that. And I just done it. I was like, fuck this. Yeah, guys, if anyone does need support, Glenna has just put our email in the comment section. Sorry, GDB sounds, but my email is on my bio on my YouTube page. Please feel free to email us if you need support in any way. Yeah, that's the thing. And unfortunately, Fiona, like when someone's going to do that, they're going to do it no matter what. Like you might save them one day, but sadly, if they'll just pick another day. And it's horrible to think that, you know, someone... Do you know what's really mad, guys, right? So the other night, my neighbour come over and we was talking about me being in hospital for an infection I had in my bladder. And my mum was there. We was talking over it and she was like, it's really crazy. She was like, yeah, she goes, it was awful when the doctors come and said that if your daughter had got here any later, she would have died. I was like, looked at her and I thought, all right, she's having an episode. And she was like, yeah, the doctor called me and your dad in and he said that if you had got here any later, he goes, she'd be dead. Your daughter nearly died. And I was like, oh, what are you talking about, Mum? When I took an overdose, she was like, yeah. And I was like, shit. And it kind of hit me and it was like, oh my God. Like, I remember obviously doing it, but I don't actually like remember how close I was to dying or anything like that. But my mum was like, yeah, like 5-10 minutes later and I'd have been dead. Like that's how close. And then I sit here now and I think like, shit, guys, man, if anyone's feeling suicidal, like just don't give up, because yes, I've been through a rough journey. Who hasn't? But I'm here now doing and what I love doing and supporting other people. And I think sometimes it's more of a cry for help. That's rare to quit like that. You have willpower or something in you for you to quit and not go back. Well done. I dream of the day when I wake up and feel good. Must be such a nice feeling. Yeah, and do you know what, like, Anthony, like, it wasn't just straight clean cut. Like, I had other addictions, gambling, so like prescribed medication. But like I get on it and then I get off it and then bang, I'm clean and I don't do anything else. Like, you know, it's been a tough journey, but now I just hope I can be some sort of inspiration, mate, because honestly, I swear to God, like, it is the best thing being in recovery. Well, then email us. Bye, TG. Fran and Gunnar, amazing ladies. Thank you, Justine. That must have been a devastating thing to hear for any parent. I know, it was just mad. It was like, we've never spoke about it. Like, my mum's a mum, but not sort of like present. So like, she never kind of asked why I did it or anything like that. It was just like, yeah, let's get back. Right, come on then, let's go back out. I want to go and get high again, sort of thing. But I never had the conversation, so that was just mad. Thank you very much. I kind of gone for the celly look. You have to excuse the state of the room, but it's like a prison kind of cell. I mean, the walls didn't actually look like that. They're like all painted magnolia, but it's that kind of dingy prison vibe we're going for in here. No, we can't give you a job, but we might be able to support in some way. We got someone, don't we? Is it? We got someone in. No, that's housing, isn't it? It's not work, is it? Thank you, Sammy. We did. Like, I've stayed on even longer than I said I was going to stay on. It's actually nice to have some new. I mean, obviously, I love everybody old coming in. I love how loyal they are. But it's also nice when some new people come up and you're very pleasant and polite. So I appreciate you all staying in the chat. Yeah, I want to work as a paramedic, but I need C11 driver license or something. C11? What's that like? No, that ain't a lorry license, is it? C1 I was thinking of. I came off my bike in the frost last week and broke my arm, but I wouldn't even take painkillers because I come from a family of addicts and my 3 siblings are dead. Oh, wow. I'm really sorry to hear that, Patricia. I think you might have said something about that before as well, but that's mad. I hope you're okay now and your arm's all right. Was it a push bike? I can't help but laugh a little bit in my head. I'm sorry, because you know, you just vision something and I'm terrible. You could tell me your bloody budgie died and I'd laugh. Yeah, no, I've done that. I've got my lorry license. I've just never used it. But it's because I think, but they're like anything over, is it 36 or 56 ton? I can't remember. It's been so long since I did my license. Yeah, push bike. Oh, I'm going to just not comment. But I hope you're okay and I hope your arm's okay. Do you know what rules in my life? Well, I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't function unless I'm stressed. So if I'm really busy and I've got so much to do and everything's chaotic, I work better then, weirdly. So gambling, I blocked everything. So you can do that GameStop thing. So you can block yourself from going in casinos, gambling and all of that. So then it just ain't an option. And see, like with alcohol, like I can have a drink now and again, and I always say I crave a drink, I'm gonna have a drink, and then when it comes to that night, I never drink. I just don't. There's just something inside of me that just doesn't feel it anymore. I just want to be fresh-headed. I want to wake up feeling fresh, even if I feel tired. I'm still fresh mentally. Like alcohol just doesn't give you a hangover. It suppresses your mood or whatever it does. It makes you feel depressed anyway. I don't know then. If you're not from here, I really wouldn't have a clue. I mean, Google's probably your best bet. And I think if you're going to get a job, some places pay for it. I'm not 100% sure though. I don't know because I paid for it myself. Yeah, that's what I said. I do remember you telling me vaguely. And especially now you said about dying within weeks of each other like that. I don't know how. That's just awful. Like, I don't know how I'd even cope with that. Like one's bad enough, but like obviously two. I was in prison for conspiracy to supply Class A drugs. I got caught with 7 key of Class A, 5 key of MDMA, 2 key of cocaine. Did I say I served 3 years, 8 months? I think I did. I am actually going to knock off in a minute, so if anybody's got anything else, then if not, I'm going to scoot off. No, of course not. So I went in for, I was selling drugs basically. I got caught with 7 kilo of Class A drugs, 5 MDMA, 2 kilo of cocaine, and I served 3 years, 8 months in prison. I got into the drug world from about the age of about 13. Thank you, Sammy, and you, darling. No, so what happened was my guy linked me up with another guy, and basically I didn't realise he had just served 10 years. He got 20 years in prison for drugs, guns, everything. He was huge, like, in the drug world, like, absolutely huge. And I think he kept selling from a pub. It was out my area, and I think what happened was the pub reported it to the police. The police were surveilling the pub. I met him in the pub car park. I've left. I've got obviously a big black holder with 7 key of Class A. And then they've come out, and this car come out behind me, and I just had this horrible feeling in my gut. And I was like, fuck, because there was a guy sat in a transit, and I thought it was a bit dodgy. Anyway, there's an old banger, and it went to overtake me, and I was like, oh, thank God for that. And then the next thing you know is bang, they got one in the front, one in the back, one on the side, ran me off the road, smashed the car windows through, dragged us out of the car, and I just said the drugs were on the back seat. You can't hide 7 key of Class A. Like, it's impossible. But do you know what? It was the best thing that ever happened to me. 100% the best thing that happened to me. I went at the right time in my life, because otherwise, if I'd have gone in at like 20, I'd have been in and out, in and out, in and out. Because the problem is with addiction, Mr. Dragon, is you've got to want to help yourself. And when you're on drugs, it's a really, really hard thing to do. It's a really hard thing to get off and to get up and go, you know what, I need help. I'm at mercy of and that. And, you know, and these rehab places, and some of them cost money to go to rehab. And you, Fiona, I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you, Sammy. I'm trying my best. But it is true, though. Like, it's just like saying, you know, unless you want to quit, no one's going to quit for you. So it's up to you, isn't it? I got caught selling drugs. Thank you, Sammy. Do you know what? Not even in a vain way, but I am a little bit. Like, sometimes I beat myself up, and then I'm like, Fran, you've done this, you've done that. And it's like, fuck, man. Like, not a lot of people could be sat in a chair to say you've done everything you've done and got clean and done X, Y, and Z. So I have to be a little bit proud of myself. Otherwise, I just knock myself all the time. Sorry that happened to you, but the fact you seem great now is amazing. It worked out for you, so all's good. Thank you, Adeline. Do you know what? Like, it's made me who I am today. You know, we're the ones that choose to do it, unfortunately, and we have our reasons, and we're trying to hide the way we feel, and obviously sitting with ourselves was more painful than getting clean, but hopefully you'll get there one day. I really do. Happy New Year. Well, listen, thank you everybody that's joined in tonight, the old and the new. I really appreciate it, and yeah, I'll probably say it every time, but I'll try not to leave it so long to come back on. But I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their weekend. Glenna, I love you. Thank you for being mod, my partner in crime. You're such a knobhead, Mr. Dragon. Thank you, Sammy, and you, darling. Right, I'm